Up, co-reporters, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since the last time I spoke about Kung Fu Portwood, and trust and believe I've been enjoying my time off from her, but she's in the sauce again, and we've got to talk about her latest outburst. She's been like engaged in a lot of TikTok live videos lately, and so I've kind of just been ignoring them, but the latest video that she did cannot be ignored, and so thus here we are talking about her latest shenanigans. Well, actually, before we even talk about what exactly went down, why don't we actually listen to what exactly it is that she said so that we could all be on the same page? Because I know some of you guys are not really on social media to be able to get a whiff of this sort of thing. So here goes an extract from Amber Portwood's TikTok Live, courtesy of LB.
Okay? Gary is a pedophile. Okay? And I don't care if I will be off of whatever from this. He's a pedophile. And he's also a rapist. Okay? So, Merry Christmas, the guys that have been following Gary who raped me. And you guys are welcome for this franchise. So this is my Christmas present to you, Gary. Thank you so much for raping me twice. Thank you for making me get that abortion and bringing me to get that abortion and telling me that I wouldn't be able to see my daughter at the age of 3 if I didn't get that abortion. So you brought me to the evaluation for the abortion. You brought me to get it. And then afterwards, you brought me to one of your family's homes for drugs. Those girls that I kept my mouth shut for 17 years. And you were already in your 20s. They were 16 years old. 16. 15, 16. I think one of them was 18. The girls that were on your notepad or whatever, of those naked pictures. You're gross. I don't cry wolf. That's the issue. No, I don't need to stop because I don't care if I get fired. I don't care if I get kicked off here. But what I'm going to say is I'm going to do a lie detector test. You're a rapist. You're lucky that you have our daughter. And if you want to come at me for this, because I've never told anybody, not once. I've never told anybody. Gary is not a good dad. Gary's not a good dad at all. It's absolutely disgusting. You guys, I've kept my mouth shut for 17 years. I went through everything that I could to keep this at bay, even though other people knew about this, okay? And that's just true. Other people knew about this. Now, if you guys do the math, first of all, look how young I was when he met me and how old he was when he took my virginity. I'm not stopping. Don't tell me to stop. Don't dare try to silence me when I'm talking about real stuff. And I don't care what happens after this anymore because I'm stuck with just bullying. Bullying. Yeah, my choice was to stay with him after because I got pregnant. That's what I did. That was my choice. You guys have to understand there's a reason why he's pushed my daughter towards Christina so much. And that's just not lies, babe. I'm sorry, but it's not. Years, sweetie, years. I don't need to stay relevant. Like I said, they can kick me off the show. They can do whatever they want. But the facts are, Gary raped me. He raped me more than once. I went back with him for this fact that I was pregnant. We were not together when I found out I was pregnant. Christina wasn't there, honey. Christina wasn't there when he raped me. And I don't care. Like, I'm getting flagged now. I'm getting flagged. Really? Okay? Gary is a pedophile. Okay? And I don't care if I will be off of whatever from this. He's a pedophile. And he's also a rapist. Okay? So, Merry Christmas, the guys that have been following Gary who raped me. And you guys are welcome for this franchise. So this is my Christmas present to you, Gary. Thank you so much for raping me twice.
Oh. So there you go, you guys. I am so tired. I don't even know what to say. I feel like the subject matter is so heavy, right? And so serious that to go and make these claims on TikTok on Christmas Eve, knowing that you're a public figure and this will impact your daughter, is just, it's, in my opinion, not a good decision. You know, in my opinion, it's a selfish decision. And that is not to discount or dismiss what it is that she is saying. I personally have said on my channel on several occasions that I don't think it was right for 17-year-old Amber to be pregnant by a 20-year-old Gary. And then I have read her book, her memoir, So You're Crazy Too. And in her memoir, she does describe a story in which she says that when she was 15 years old, Gary had called her and said that he was in her bedroom, so her childhood bedroom, sniffing her panties or something like that. So when she was 15, he would have been like 18 years old. Like, I don't believe these behaviors are okay. And I do believe that it's creepy behaviors, you know, and that the age gap at those ages is alarming. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and say that. But again, to make this announcement on social media on Christmas Eve, it feels to me more retaliatory than anything. Like, I guess she was not able to get her Christmas photo op with her daughter, and so she decided to just torch everything down. And I gotta say, I feel for Leah. You know, this is another holiday that Mommy Dearest has sort of ruined for her. We saw the way that Amber behaved so belligerently at Leah's birthday party. She had a very Antichrist attitude. You know, just insulting her daughter, all sorts of things, causing a scene, wanting to make her daughter's birthday about her latest boyfriend, you know, who since has, you know, fled the scene, went missing just to get away from her. So I feel for Leah. I do. I think this is a very, very disgusting, difficult situation to be in. And, you know, I kind of wonder, like, is Amber doing this because she wants to be closer to her daughter, or is it because she doesn't have the photo op, and so she wants to, you know, come out on the offensive by putting this kind of information out there and to accuse Gary of keeping her daughter from her? Because listen, we've been watching this show for a very long time, like 17 years, y'all, and we've seen Amber as a parent, you know, and it's not good. The material's not great. She's never really been into it, like, and that's been very obvious, and she's never been very safe. I'm talking about emotionally safe for these children, or psychologically, in my opinion, anyway. There have been times, many, many times, especially when it comes to her daughter Leah, in which Amber would go months without seeing the girl, checking in on the girl, or anything like that. And Leah, there was a time when Leah was really, really hoping, pleading, begging for even a crumb of a relationship with her, but Amber pushed her away so much that Leah became an ice queen to her, you know, which I think is a normal reaction to protect herself from all of the disappointment and the hurt. So I don't think it's fair of Amber to blame all of that on Gary. What went down between you and Gary is one thing, and Gary's inappropriate interest in you is one thing, but your relationship with Leah, like, I don't think you can blame its current place on your relationship with Gary. Gary and Christina have bent over backwards for you over several years, even helped out with your son, because you never wanted to take your one-on-one time with your son as a one-on-one thing. You always trotted him over to their house, plopped him on them, and you would go about your day. So this is not just a Leah thing. You probably will be estranged from James as well in the future. And then who are you going to blame for that? I hate to see it. It makes me sad that I'm even reporting on this the day after Christmas. Like, wow, this is sad. It's sad, but I think we can say that, again, the relationship with Gary, not ideal, right? But the way in which she treated her daughter over the years wasn't ideal either. And I think that that's the reason why her daughter doesn't want to be around her. I don't think Gary is keeping Leah from Amber. I don't think Christina is keeping Leah from Amber. In fact, it's been the opposite. And I've been very critical of the way they keep on trying to shove Amber down this girl's throat, even though she doesn't want to see her, doesn't want to hang out with her, doesn't want anything to do with her. Like, they have done their absolute best, sometimes to Leah's detriment, to foster a relationship between the two of them. So I think it's sick that instead of accepting responsibility for her shortcomings and her failings as a mother in Leah's life, she chooses to do this. Poor Leah. Poor Leah. Listen, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Gary, Christina, y'all need to take this girl off of that show. This is all too public. And we're now in a place where you guys do not want to push her to have a relationship with Amber, which means that Amber doesn't have a storyline for the show. Between this and the situation with James, where she has to fly to California to see him and whatnot, and we didn't see a glimpse of him in the last season. I don't think she ever even really spoke of him in the last season, right? So when you get Leah off the show, I think Amber will be able to think about what she's done in the privacy of her own home, because there will no longer be a storyline. And more importantly, you will be able to stop Amber from being able to continue to traumatize Leah. It wasn't fair to subject Leah to Amber at her birthday party. Look what that caused, Leah walking away crying. It wasn't fair to drag Leah to Amber's birthday party barbecue, where, again, Amber was, not that great. Leah was obviously uncomfortable. She didn't even go up to her to hug her. Leave her alone. Stop subjecting her to this woman. Take her out of the public eye, because Amber is just going to make, her school year miserable. And Leah deserves that privacy. Y'all have made enough money, okay? You've got a lot of money. You've got this big, beautiful house that you own. Not only that house, but Gary, you said y'all owned every house on the street. You've got a wonderful farm. You're making money selling your vegetables and stuff like that. I think Christina was studying to be a nurse. All sorts of things, right? Like, I think you guys are set, and it might be time to stop subjecting this girl to trauma for relevance and a paycheck, because, whew, Lord, this is not good. This is not good. And I swear, because I know they already filmed. Here's the thing. They already filmed the first half of the next season, but they do continue to film as it starts airing. And I swear, if I see a scene of you guys sitting that girl down and asking her how she feels about this, or using this for a storyline, I am packing my bags. I am coming to Indiana, and I am whooping your ass. Leave her alone. Seriously, at this point, the poor girl. And Amber, girl, put that machete away, and I might come and whoop your ass first before I get to Gary and Christina. How could you do this to your child? Deflecting so hard that you put this kind of sensitive, disturbing information out there on TikTok, of all places. This is something I feel like, if you really want to put this out here in a more serious, sensitive context, think about how you can shield your daughter from this information getting out there, because I do think she has a right to share her story and how she feels about this relationship she was in from the age of 16, 17 years old. Here's the thing. Amber was pregnant at 17. She didn't get pregnant the first time she slept with Gary the way that Macy got pregnant the first time she slept with Ryan. And even still, you're not just in a relationship the first time you start sleeping with someone. I believe Amber started dating this guy at like 16 years old. Okay, you guys? So I wish that she went about this in a very, very sensitive way. Maybe she could have talked to her child psychologist or something like that about how, this trauma is coming up for her. It's bubbling under the surface for her. Maybe ask how she should speak about this with her daughter, if she should even speak about this with her daughter. When is the right time? You know what I mean? Because I think that this subject deserved a lot more respect and consideration than she gave it. But again, I really think that she's just spiraling. She was not invited to the Shirley, Spite Farm for Christmas this year. And she's pissed. She bought some new to-go Tupperware to bring home some food. I bet you she shows up empty-handed too, maybe except for a bottle of wine. Maybe not even the bottle, an opened bottle of wine, She wanted to bring that Tupperware of to-go food. She wanted to have a photo with her daughter to make everyone think everything is all good and copacetic, and they took that away from her. And she decided to lash out in the worst way possible. I wonder if she regrets saying it this way, because again, listen, if you feel this way when you go back and examine your own relationship, because I wonder if any of us can say the same. Do you ever go back and think about some of your relationships when you have like an age gap or something and you go, damn, I might have been a victim in that? You know what I mean? Like if she feels that way, then she feels that way. You know what I mean? So I definitely do not want to take away from that or discount that or anything like that. But I just wish she went about this in a better way, because her daughter is involved here. That is her daughter's father. And I wish she could have protected her daughter while speaking about this. And I wish that she could have spoken about this in a way that wasn't so self-serving, i.e. in a way that, wasn't revenge for not being invited to Christmas dinner. But anyway, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. And I really hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. Bye now.